to look at two major terms in our redox process here. We have the term oxidation and the term reduction, and you need to know their definitions. So oxidation is the process when an atom or an ion loses electrons. Electrons, remember, they carry a negative charge. So if your structure loses electrons, it's losing negative charge. And as a result, its oxidation number will increase, or it will be more positive than where it started with. So let's take a look at an example of how we might write this reaction. So we start off with an atom of lithium, and because it's an atom, it is neutral. And when you take a look at the periodic table, a lithium atom wants to form a lithium cation that uses a +1 charge. So here the lithium has electrons, here it has one less, so we would show it like this. So the symbol for an electron is E with a minus sign. The other process that occurs at the same time as oxidation is reduction. This is the process when an atom or ion will gain electrons. So as you think about it, electrons, whether they're gain or loss, they still carry a -1 charge. So if you are gaining electrons, you are gaining more negative charge. So its oxidation number is reduced to a lower value, or the oxidation number decreases. And our best example of an atom that likes to go through reduction is fluorine. So fluorine, as an atom, it starts off as a 0 charge because it's an atom. And when you look on your periodic table, it wants to be able to form the fluoride anion. So to go from 0 to -1, the atom has to gain or take on one more electron. So we would show the electron on the reactant side. Now, remembering the definitions, it can be a little bit hard, so there's a silly saying known as Leo the lion says grr. So Leo, the name of the lion, stands for lose electrons, oxidation. And when Leo says grr, grr stands for gain electrons, reduction. So this little saying, Leo the lion says grr, can help you remember the definition of the oxidation versus reduction processes. The other thing that I like to utilize is what I call this ladder of oxidation numbers. So they start down lower below 0 and they work their way up to values above 0. So wherever you start, and if you climb up this ladder, then you are going through a Leo process, losing electrons. If you start anywhere on the ladder and you move down to a position lower on the ladder, then you are going through a grr process. And I find this little ladder helpful in thinking through these processes. Now, I'm not going to read through all these bullets, but here we go. Redox reactions. So I typically just say redox, but redox stands for oxidation reduction, and this is a process. If it's redox, oxidation reduction, it means that there has been an electron transfer. One structure in the reaction has given away electrons, and another structure in the same reaction has gained them. So these two processes, oxidation and reduction, they happen together. So I'm going to write they happen together. So you can't have an oxidation process without reduction also occurring.